Oh yeah. Alright, we're live. This one might be questionable. I tweaked a bunch of the settings after the errors we had in yesterday's stream, so it might get choppy. It might even cut out again entirely. We'll see. So, if you're watching and we lose you, come back. We'll be starting it back up seconds after a drop. Maybe a minute or so, however long it takes me to realize, because I'm bad at this. We got everything pulled up here. Now, before I get started in this adventure, I saw something about a setting. About some experimental mode or something like that. Advanced tweakables. That's right. And with that, there's an auto strut, which helps with stability. So I'm going to enable that. Because God knows I'm going to need stability help with this. Got a decent stack of cash here, so I think I'm ready to full send this mission. And you know what? I should be pulling this up on my phone too, so I have an extra spot to check. And the free extra view won't hurt either. Alright, there we are. Where is it? I brought home a phone stand that I had at work for watching YouTube videos while I work like the professional I am. There it is. Just so I can have my phone propped up while I do this. There you go. Alright. Well, let me review my plans mainly for myself so I don't lose my mind. A lot of these are going to require tweaking because I made them at like 2 a.m. at one night. Don't tell my wife. Everything's going to be based around this Hyperion core, which has its relay dishes, a bunch of satellite dishes that will fold out on these hinges, which need to be replaced. Because one point when I tested them, these hinges were too weak to hold this much weight, which is not very cash money. But the idea is once I'm in space, these can be folded away nice and neat in the payload fairing, get up in space, and then whoop, have them flap out like wings and then deploy a bunch of solar panels. Great idea in theory, but all of this trussing and hinges gonna need replacement. But that's the core. Attached to the bottom are gonna be the boosters, which I'm sending separately. Originally I was gonna do all in one, but the boosters are thick and heavy. Bunch of liquid oxygen only tanks with some nuclear boosters. Gonna park the main landers off the side. I might bring more than two depending on it, how I feel. I got a few few extra tanks, fuel tanks to dock to these big spaces. I'm thinking pure liquid fuel on these two, then liquid fuel and oxidizer on these two. Might have a couple more landers up here. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring 2 or 4. Depends on how many planets I want to visit, to be determined. And then up top here is going to be a probe core, which I will switch to now. Oh, hello. Yelly WL. I'll be fighting for my life here for a bit. Alright, let's load this probe core. Similar situation to the solar panels that fold out. Up here on this probe core, gonna fold out a bunch of a few more solar panels and a bunch of docking ports for all the probes I'm going to be sending out too. And then another dock up here in case I decide to expand. I don't know if these are the bigger, better hinges already. It's the G11 is the hinge that I want. and the G11 is the one using here. So the probe core is good, it just needs its launch vehicle. And I have a few pre-built and ready to go for that. So the main thing I want to do is this auto strut. This is going to be big on these. Just to make sure that these don't fall apart. This might get funky when I dock, according to the guides I was reading, but we'll give it a whirl. Save this probe core real quick. And then let's take a look at my main core. Yes, it's this Hyperion 1 core. This is where my science lab's gonna live. I'm gonna stick a couple Kerbals on here that are purely science driven and just let them chill. Anytime a mission goes down to a planet, comes back up, it's gonna drop off all the science there for them to analyze whenever we're going around, and then also in the long haul back. Gonna be a huge science mission. Got a bunch of batteries in there, as well as I believe a probe core so that I can handle this. Let's work on, I'm gonna set aside a few solar panels, and then I'm just gonna kind of scrap this system. Just because I don't quite mess with those weak struts and weak hinges. They were causing issues at one point, and I really don't want floppy solar panels whenever I'm flying. So I'm gonna peak some trusses. I'm gonna go for the 0.625s here. That's too thick. Not mirroring. There we go. There we go. Goodness, that took a sec. Should give me the clearance I need, and then I'll use the will that work? I've got one down here, and then if I do the same down there, it's gonna stick out the same, and I need them to not overlap as much. So maybe what I do is be with it. It's not the most ideal little strut in the world, but it can do. Let's see how that looks. Pointed down. I'm gonna say it's currently at -90. My limit is gonna be at 0. Perfect. Do I want them sticking out front to back like that? Because I know in the probe core, I believe they come straight down. I'll probably just do front to back, that way they don't hit. I really would like to avoid that. Eyeballing the hell out of this. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna get a little fine on the adjustments. Whatever, close enough. That's gonna bother the hell out of me, but I'm gonna pretend I don't see it. She might be too much. I don't know how I feel about it. these as well. It's gonna help space it. I haven't looked at the rest of the trusses too much. Maybe I've got a little something else in here. It's a little too thick. Oof. That was crew passage. That's kind of cool. But not what I need. Go away. About the same length, and also still not what I need. Maybe it's not that bad. Let me and see. Obviously, I'm going to revert. I'm not keeping this thing flopping around on the pad, and I'm not going to let damage destroy my bank account. Okay, if it even loads. I seem to be crashing right now. Oh, little movement. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Okay, yeah, we could see that one strut kind of doing what the problem was, and that's just, it can't hold its own weight. How these do. Find out. There you go. There's the explosion. Alright. Cool enough. We'll revert for now. I think maybe the smaller struts might be fine if I can just replace that hinge. And I'm hoping it's not going to look too stupid. So let's get a new hinge in there. Little boy is out, not cutting it. This one's going to be a positive 90 to 0. There we are. Perfect. And fuck it, why not? We'll still do the big boy girder. Back these a little closer as well. And then probably one more truss chunk. Not that small. Easy peasy. That should do her. My only problem now is I'm really hoping this still fits. Really hoping that this will still fit in a payload fairing. Maybe what I need to do is one of these. Oh! Okay, that's not working. Maybe one of these octo struts. It is barely clearing this docking port. I tell you what, if it works, it works. Let's save first, and then what I really want to do is I want to put some of those arms on it so that it just sits on the pad and we can see how it does sitting. If the arms flop or not, that'll give us a good indicator. Get that structural integrity going. This might be a recurring theme tonight of struggling when I go to launch. I think I've launched too much crap already, and there's just so much debris riddling and causing problems. Alright, they're pretty high up here. Arms seem to be holding steady. Let's try and get that target rate going. Ooh! Right, they're a little weak on the surface at least. There's also a little wobble up here, so there's going to need some auto strutting on all of these components. Let's try these. These are the ones I'm like really afraid of. I'm gonna kick that rate down, amp them up solid. Okay, they can phase through the other arms. That's slightly comforting. And they can hold pretty steady right there. That's impressive. Okay. So the little girder right there isn't a problem. Nor is it really a problem up here. The only issue is the strength of the hinges. But you know what? That might just hold. Hey. Well, I think I'm about ready to start getting this up there at the very least. The only thing I'm noticing is it's still missing a little bit of RCS. I got the monopropellant tanks up here, but for docking it's probably going to be nice. Although in theory things are going to dock to this, not this dock to others, but you know. Potato. Doesn't matter that much. So let's revert to assembly. I'm good with those struts. I'm good with those hinges. Mechanically, this thing works perfectly. I'm gonna kill that little arm here. See what sort of RCS thrusters I've got here. And just plop a few of these down. Some more down here. And then I believe it was these tanks that were needing auto strutting. Perfect. Let's save the core real quick. Let's assess the crew. I'm gonna toss a couple scientists in this lab, that way I don't need to bring them up later. So in the core we're gonna have the main four crew: Jeb, Bill, Bob, and Valentina. And in the lab we'll have Vernie and Denkal. But obviously this is gonna need a launch system. Let's see, how much do we weigh right now? I think this will actually tell me until I throw like the littlest little baby boy on there. Really? Nothing? Maybe it needs like a fuel tank in order to give me my Kerbal calculations. Alright, mass is 40,000. That's not much at all. This is gonna, in theory, this should be a breeze to launch. We're gonna save. If I remember correctly, my middle tier was Thaddeus. Although, this Alphonsius might be enough. Oh shoot, I did not account for these arms being so low, so maybe let's put I have to grab them by this little hex thing right here. We'll move them up a bit. That might interfere with docking up there, but that's okay. I'd rather this actually be able to connect. And we're gonna copy this Clamptron docking senior, put it down there, and then whoop. Build us a nice fairing here. Bingo. We got a nice looking station in that fairing. How's my Delta V looking? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she'll launch. Which is crazy because this is like the weakest launch vehicle I made for this. 550,000 though, that's a little concerning on the cash. Maybe this adventure might run out of money in the middle of this, but we'll see. Let's at least get some pieces in orbit and go from there. Oh, alright. If it breaks, it breaks. We'll revert and try again. Auto strutting was on, so this should hopefully hold nice and steady in that payload fairing and not give me trouble. We'll see. Actually, I'm a little nervous about that, but we'll see. I hate that this always pulls up. I don't need the map all the time. Kind of a goofy looking rocket now that I look at it, though. It's very big, small, big. But whatever. Let's send it.
I'm back, sorry.
Alright, you're good. Welcome back. I'm launching my first piece, the core of the space station. I'm gonna see how this does. I'm gonna throttle down a little bit. Might have started my gravity turn a little too early. A lot too early, actually. I do have the MechJeb mod installed. I'm going to be avoiding it for the most part. Oh no. Oh no. The solar panels are clipping through the thing. Is it that top one too? I can't. Hold on. Let me. It's mainly the top one. I think the struts for those are too heavy and I might need to thin them out a touch. Alright. Let's revert. Hate to see it, but it is what it is. Cut this down. Actually, you know what? Why not have these be mirrors of each other? And I'm also gonna do... I'm gonna have it mirror even the hinge, because the way the hinge settings are working, I am enjoying it. Oh, no. God damn! The micronation of Pennsylvania just subscribed. Thanks for subscribing. That scared the shit out of me. I forgot the music on that was so loud. Alright, save the core and let's try again. Hopefully this time I don't try and kickflip a rocket. Although at the same time, yeah, ever seen NASA kickflip a rocket? I don't think so. That's why uh, my Kerbal Space Center is much better. Hey, NASA never kickflipped a rocket, and I'm sticking to that pretty solid. Let's try again. Oh, she a little wobbly. I might need to auto strut the booster on this. These vacuum engines. Am I doing this stupidly? No, they're not.
Yes.
Okay. Hey.
You asked.
Is now friendly. So far, so good. Through that first cloud layer there. Shoot a little more for that 90. Well, I guess in this case it's actually 45-degree angle. Here, try and move the prograde marker down there. I think that'll do her. Well, I saw a little bit of burning up right there. Something's poking through the fairing every once in a while. Oh no. I'm gonna slow her up. I think, yeah, Aboapsis is already doing pretty cash money here, so I can just slow off the throttle a bit. Oops, sonic boom, that's weird. I'm a little high up for that. Apoapsis is at 155. I think that'll be where we stage this whole assembly at. We're up there. Forward a bit. We're about 151. Pop that. And then start burning. Those solar panels are freaking out, but this should hopefully be the highest amount of thrust this thing ever undergoes again. I have overdone this way too hard. Good God. Okay. Apsis is at 140. I like it. We're gonna warp there and then do a little retrograde burn to bring it back down to normal. Not that there's anything wrong trying to assemble it to... maybe I will assemble at 261, because whenever I launch things up, I want them to be at a lower orbit and then transfer higher. That way it's easier to do those rendezvous procedures. But I can still do that from like an orbit of 80 to 140. Yeah, I'm gonna be lazy. 260 is easier. Changed my mind. That's gonna happen a lot during this. I'm not very good at making up my mind. A lot of weird things in orbit you'll see here, including, you know, abandoned pods, landers that I didn't want to deal with. I really need to go clear this up at some point, but I'm a little too lazy. I wanted to burn prograde. Bring this up a touch. Give it just a little juice to help it turn. Didn't put beefy reaction wheels on here yet. We'll bring this up to probably 250-ish. Close enough. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna undock from that booster. RCS forward a little bit for some separation here. Disable all that. Oh no! Uh-oh, I seem to have lost half my solar array.
Uh-oh.
Where'd my solar panels go? What the shit? I thought that was a pretty good launch, just to turn out that there's no solar panels. Well, this has made me grumpy. Whatever. I'm gonna revert. I can save money on fuel anyway. I don't need tanks that big. Not for this launch. And while I'm at it, I can also auto strut this a little bit better. Surely there's a better 7.5 millimeter or meter tank. Okay, that's the one I got. And maybe do this combo. Let me assess. Technically, that's enough juice to get me up there. I like a little wiggle room, though. $37.65 should cut it. Oh! The solar panel never broke off. I just forgot to mirror it. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. The launch was perfect. I wasn't. Doopsies. Well, now we can do it and save a little bit of money, because I don't need that much fuel. I am, as the children say, with the shits. No comment on that one, Olivia?
You're the one that said you're hanging out with children.
Alright, yeah, that's not a great look for me. Fair enough.
Really hated that Minecraft YouTuber.
God damn it, no. Wait. Why am I already half fuel? Why is this crashing? Oh, there we go. Oh, wow, okay, she zooms. Maybe that's just the crashing that was happening, but... the thrust to weight ratio on this one is hefty. Oh, I see a solar panel peeking out. We're gonna throttle down a touch. And do this turn maybe a little slower. These tanks empty when I placed them? Oh, I needed to select fuel type. Whoopsie doopsies. still way too much thrust for what I need. That's still way too much thrust for what I need. My god. Get like a baby tank in here. You. This is the goofiest rocket ever assembled, but whatever. If it's stupid and it flies, it ain't stupid. Alright, yeah. That'll do her. Huh. Alright, like the 10th time is the charm, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
My game is crashing again. If it's not the rockets, it's the game. Something's gonna crash, am I right? Let's try this again. Still too much thrust. Might need an even smaller launch vehicle than this, but whatever. Solar panels peeking out, telling me I am once again turning too fast. A little bit of air effects here also telling me that I'm doing this a little too quick. Solar panel might snap here. Oh my god. I'm gonna throttle down a lot. Oh my god, it's not doing anything. I also failed this gravity turn. No one watch. Everyone look away from your screens right now. This isn't my best work. Maybe I can salvage it though. Oh. That apoapsis is already... Oh. I see. Whoops. To the top and kill some of these network lines. Deploy this fairing here. We'll get going. At least that chunk will deorbit. This bit won't, which is gonna suck. I don't like leaving space junk up here. While I'm here, though, I might as well deploy some of these satellites, the relay antennas. Start contributing to the network a bit. And we're officially positive, but I would still burn up on that. Alright, that's a decently solid orbit. I'm going to bring this 366 up a touch more. Got a lot of visual effects mods enabled, including one that's adding some aurora. Let's see us burst there. Don't want to plow through my monopropellant though. Gonna point prograde. And burning prograde at your apoapsis is the best way to raise your periapsis. Or vice versa. Bring her up to, I think 320 is a good safe bet. I'll do her. Good enough orbit. Able to see the station separate from all the rest of the low curb and orbit junk. We're gonna undock here. And then give it a few RCS puffs to get away from that stuff. Sun is looking beautiful. Solar panels out. That traverse rate was a little too aggressive still. And I'm realizing I should have done an action group for all these. Did I? Ah, I did not. Yeah, I should have done an action group. Usually I'm a lot better at that, but we can go a little manual today. All right. First bits here, and drop the traverse rate on that one. Oh yeah, slow swing. Beautiful. These solar panels out here. It's my first time ever really doing anything with these hinges. I'd never really had this DLC until a few days ago. And I knew I wanted to do something like this for these solar panels. I'm tired of stacking them on the actual body of some craft itself. And I'm pretty pleased with this. This is a good solid core. Obviously, one round of solar panels is blocking the other for now. But for things like this, I could always kind of rotate around until we find our nice sweet spot. This craft is fighting me a bit. They are. Look at them. They're absolutely vibing. I do love the Kerbals. Huh?
It's Bill in the like 0.5 fishbowl cam.
I love Bob's cam, nice and proper, zoomed out, but he is like vibing the hardest of them all.
He looks zoinked with his like side smirk, but the widest smile. We love it.
Yeah. Absolutely chilling. Alright, maybe the solar panel placement wasn't the most efficient. I'll admit. This kind of sucks. But I did it. So now it's time to get some more attachments to this bad layer. We got the core. Now we need the boosters. Probably a couple fuel tanks here. The actual landers themselves. Gonna have at least 2. Maybe 4. I don't have a method for lathe though. My idea was that I would eventually learn how to make SSTOs, but I do not have that technology and won't anytime soon. So lathe might come later on. Yeah, maybe I'll just land on the moons. That'll do. Alright. First successful mission here is Well, first mission here is a success, is how I should say it. Bing, bang, boom. Thinking next, I'll bring up maybe the probe core, because that's going to have similar funkiness here. All those probes are going to be a lot to load on eventually. I don't know if I'll do 6 separate launches or try and stack them all into like 1 or 2. But here we go. Here's the probe core. Should also be pretty lightweight compared to the rest. We're going to add some auto strutting. Looks like I already did. Auto strut to heaviest part. Yep. Auto strut heaviest part. Oh yeah, that should work. Also noticing a distinct lack of RCS on this one. So I'm gonna grab some of these blocks here. Go up to quad placement. And just toss these all around. Perfect. Crew of this one is going to be just 10 more Kerbin. Just so I have a pilot. I don't need the engineers just yet. I'll still have an engineer on the main station. And I did do the hefty boys on this one, so we're good. I'm going to save the probe core and then try and merge. I think I'm going to do that same booster as last time, the Alphonsius. I just need a dock here. Place Alphonsius. A lot of Delta V that I don't need. Same issue I ran into before. I'm gonna just do a slightly smaller tank and it's gonna look stubby and goofy. Auto strut some of this because that was some goofiness before as well. Then we're good to build this payload fairing. Huge thrust to weight ratio. I could have sworn I had a pilot in the station core. Okay. Whatever. We'll get a probe core. Where, oh where shall this probe core be placed? I know exactly what I'll do. I'm gonna grab a service bay. This Clampatron off of there. Plop that in there. Got that too. I don't know if this bit has any batteries, but we'll toss a couple in there for good measure as well. And then also maybe some reaction wheels. It's stupid, but it works. Like I said with the last build. If it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. tolerances on those. We're gonna also set the limits on this hinge like we did before, because we don't want it going negative here. So we're gonna set angle limit to 0 so that we're just bringing it up there. We're also gonna set traversal rate low and hit save on this probe core. 4900 delta V should be way more than enough. I mean, that is astonishing overkill for what we're doing here. It'll load. I can't get over how stupid and stubby this rocket is. Seem to have slightly backwards. Can't get into the probe core. Damn. I seem to be facing the wrong direction is what I'm trying to get at. So maybe I need to fix that. Probe core might need a little flipperoo. If I'm correct, we should still have that one pilot on board, even though he's not actually piloting anything, unfortunately. But it's good to have a few pilots for the lander missions, just in case anything goes wrong. God damn it, it's still doing the thing. Alright, let's do... I can't get at it. We'll just fly backwards a bit. Whoop. It froze. It did not like me going full thrust. Those arms are heavy. That is going to be a problem. It's very top heavy as well. I'm probably fix this up to be reasonable in its own size. What's this, a 3.5? 3.75? I can work with that. Put a... up a bit. 3.75 if I got. $3,900. Really just this MOA. Doesn't even quite fit. And does not have the thrust to weight ratio. And that's a vacuum engine. Why is all my stuff weird? What? Why do I not have things that fit? Oh, here we go. 3,246. Oh, it might be a little closer, but I think I can run her. That's gonna be overkill. I wonder if I can temporary strut. What'd you say?
You know how I told you my mom was getting too powerful by making the sourdough dip bread thing?
Oh.
Keep this. She's gotten too powerful. She made sourdough chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, that sounds really good. She brought us some focaccia today, and we've destroyed a solid chunk of it. Like,
God,
at least
she made
half.
an everything bagel seasoning bread today, and I was like, I'm gonna be fat. What are you doing to me?
Really good.
I'm gonna try these.
What does she do with her starter whenever she travels?
You can freeze it.
Okay.
Oh, these cookies are insane.
Oh no. Oh, we're tipping. Ah, she's top heavy. Big flipper rocket. Somehow Dan Moore Kerman survived. I'm still gonna revert. That was catastrophic. Perhaps the solution then is what if we take the rocket, flip it upside down. That fixes my probe core being pointed the wrong way, and hopefully helps with the center of mass being a little bit lower. Otherwise, maybe I just need to switch to a stonkingly large launch vehicle and try and land it Elon style. Seem to be going with minimal tippage so far. I'm gonna slow gravity turn. Very slow, because I feel like as soon as I get going, I'm gonna have tippage. Delta V count can't be right. It's going up. We're good. Juice. A little more tippage. Keep on going. Almost there. Shooting to get to 45 degrees, which at my current angle, which is 90-degree heading, will have me right over the 90 exactly. You can see from 40 to 50. Good 45-degree angle will be perfect for this gravity turn. At some point I'll flatten out a bit more. I've been bad about what comes after the 45 in the past few launches. I feel like that's going to be a reoccurring theme today. But for now, we'll hold steady here. Apoapsis is already at 45,000. That's what we like to see. I believe we're trying to... Might be too soon to even try and rendezvous. We might just try and set up a... Yeah, that'll work, actually. 114 is my apoapsis currently. We'll get up there, circularize, and then worry about the details of the transfer to the target. With having the lower orbit, it's easier to eventually meet a higher orbit because I'll be faster. I can catch up to the other station's orbit a lot easier. Deploy this protective shell here. Circularizing. Well, that circularizes, I might as well get this. It's not traversing because I'm actively thrusting in the direction it would oppose. So once I stop, it should traverse to 0, I hope. Unless that is at 0 now that I flipped. It's fine. What's my periapsis? Okay, we're still schmoving. More efficient to burn at periapsis or apoapsis, so I'm going to try and scoot forward a bit and give it another go here. Seeing I'm back down to negative 150 now. Trying desperately to bring that up. And we're positive, but not enough. If I could circularize here, that would be ideal. Close enough. Alright. Now we're going to add a maneuver to burn a little bit more to try and match our target, which is that station. And we want to get these two little indicators about as close as we can. We can see where it's at right now. We're going to be on the opposite sides of the planet, so we're just going to toy around with it. And if at no point it's cooperating with you, like we can be somewhat close but not close enough, can always try another orbit, which is super easy. I can just right click and hit this to say, what if I do it on the next time around? Still nothing. Actually adjusting it forward. Oh, shit. 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 One pretty close around here, but I need to do a minus. There we go. It gets me within 14 kilometers, which I like, at the cost of only 120, because I'm going to have to circularize once I'm up there. So we're going to point at the maneuver node, take a little quick save, and then fast forward an hour and 30 minutes to that maneuver. I'm here. Just about, and then quick save. But while I'm thinking about it, let's revisit these before I start my those moving. Ah, the struts. do I remove struts? I think I need an engineer to get out there. Alright, well, that sucks. Good for launching. Not so great for the actual deployment. But I do have an engineer on the main core, so once I dock, we'll be crispy clear. And close my alarm. I'm going to take another quick save here. Boop. Hit this at 4. There it is. About as perfect as I'm going to get. Still an intersection difference of 13 kilometers. I'm going to turn on RCS and see what I can do for that. That's one of those distances. It's not going to matter. Okay. Good enough for government work. We're going to warp over here. See, I'm starting to come in closer to the core, but I'm going to immediately diverge and go back. But there's a quick way to plan these. I could set it to target, which is already at. Point retrograde. This is now my speed relative to the target right here. So if I point retrograde, it's going to circularize and try and get my relative speed to match them. And then I can point directly at it and thrust. But I don't want to be nearly this fast either. So we're going to burn a little bit. Get this to 0-ish. Good enough. And now our orbit is about the same as that green. We've actually got another intersect over here. Or I can point at target and do a nice, probably call it at 20 meters a second. Let's get a little closer here. See, our distance is decreasing. Our distance is once again increasing now. So I'm going to point back at it. Towards. It's like one of the not super efficient ways to do it, but I've got a shit ton of fuel to spare. So, spare it we shall. That'll get us within pretty decent. We get even closer, which is scary because I need to slow down. I need to slow down a lot, actually. Shit. Alright, about a kilometer away. I don't know if I'll be able to see it just yet. It's going to be up there somewhere, which is dark background, dark object. If we burn maybe a little bit, and then fast forward a touch. Could be 200 meters separated. I should definitely see it. Doing a retrograde burn with the RCS boosters because I don't want to try and flip around this whole way. Not super efficient, but I've got a lot of monopropellant. Although a lot of this monopropellant is meant to be extras. So what we're going to do here, we're actually going to turn off RCS for a second. We're going to risk it for the biscuit here. We're going to undock the booster. Maybe control from here. I think we'll set that as our target. I can't remember which is which, and at this point it doesn't matter that much. So now the docking port is set as the target. Got this docking mod. I've used it before, but it's been a long time. How do I use this shit? I see. Wait, maybe I don't see. Why is it being so weird? Do I control from here? Lower up a bit. I remember now. I want this little indicator dead center. Oh my god, why can't I spin this right? I almost prefer to do this without this indicator. I feel like this is messing me up so much more. Total swing and a miss. I'm trying to get all of these 3 lined up on the dead center. Like, whatever's happening here. The world's weirdest Kraken attack. Alright. You need to relax for a sec there. Whatever's going on with that ship ain't working. Witching the hell out on me. Let's try this once more. What the fuck is happening with the solar? Oh, yo. What the fuck? Oh my god. Any cheat stuff I can do for a sec? Physics. God. I'm just gonna start retracting whichever solar panels I can grab and see if that... It's not gonna do anything, and that's gonna take way too long. What the fuck happened to this? Shit's toast. I can't revert flight on this either. Fuck me. I set my orbit to something else. Is it gonna set and... My god. Just gonna involve a little bit of cheating because I'm giving myself this shit back after I figure out what went wrong with the struts. I will not cheat the docking though. It's gonna get redone. Claim this now? Like, what's going on? This is beyond aggravating. Like, it was working fine. I go launch something else up, and now it starts freaking the fuck out. Oh my god. Try that again. Not gonna forget the action groups. I am limited on action groups though, so we're gonna set these to. Although it says I have custom. Did I have custom this whole time? Okay. Things that site said was to set a root part, so I'm gonna set it as this docking port. Put those together at least. That does. Work this time. Also, while I'm thinking about those action groups. Like I said before, I'm cheating this since I had it successfully in orbit before, and I got screwed by the game glitching. But I won't be cheating the rest. Looking for Hyperion probe core. I have a lot of shit in orbit. Yes. Uh-oh. I took off too much from the bottom. I needed that docking port there too. Frijoles. To assembly building. Need to turn on a fan. I'm dying here. Get back to the error show. Slap a docking port on the bottom here. Try this again. All right. That should hopefully be the last of any cheating. There it is. I got too far. Let me try and bend some of these arms here. There it is. Oh, that's glorious watching it all unfold at once. That's nice.
There he is.
Whoa, new angle.
Yo, welcome to the party, Alfonso. By the way, I'm streaming.
Like to YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I never got a notification. Okay, hold on, let me pull it up.
He's been streaming for a minute. Yeah.
YouTube. First trip to Jool?
Yeah, I'm hitting the Jool.
Yeah.
At least I'm trying to, but I had an issue where my main core of my transfer ship fell apart on me. Well, it didn't fall apart. It started jiggling to all hell because I glitched. Remember why I stopped using these RCS blocks? They don't exactly
Damn.
point in the 4 directions. They just kind of
What's going on with my computer?
point out.
Hello? Oh, I see the problem. Hold on, my audio might be fucked here for a little bit. Hold on. Okay, how do I sound?
The same.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I was trying to figure out if my camera was working. Yeah, my watch wasn't charging earlier, so I found another USB port. I just unplugged the camera, plugged it in there, so. Oh, I forgot about that. I'm like, why is it not turning on?
Get his ass.
What are you? Hold on, what are you doing? I swear to God, if it's Overwatch, it's Overwatch.
I relapsed. I failed Easterman, so this is what happens. I've been like a war machine though. I've been playing dirty.
This. I need to look at it like this.
Markinator still doing his homework stuff.
Yep.
I'll do the Wordle after this in connections.
Alright. How'd cleaning day 2 go?
As much progress as I want, but
Hey, it looks like, I don't know if it's the new
Also
angle,
done.
but I like this setup.
I'll do it in a second. My dad fixed my monitor because my desk broke. So it's
Yeah.
my monitor's different, and then where my tiny screen was, it's now here. So I'm getting used to that, but the camera can only go up here.
Speaking of other screens, you say you got your second monitor for like 50, right? I got
Something
Amazon
like
pulled
that.
up. If you remember the name of it.
Alright, coming in here a bit more. I hope.
I can see your second monitor.
No, this is my. I have 2 gaming monitors, and I have 2 school monitors.
We're on track to dock now. I've got the pro
Big
grade
screens
marker
right now.
aligned with the target marker from the control from here. I'm gonna do a quick save from here. Make sure I'm happy with this.
I don't know how you can see it, but I
got
have.
the link.
No, I have this monitor here. I have this monitor,
There
like
we
big
go.
one. I
Kind
have
of.
this
Yeah, come
one
on.
and this one. I have one
Where's the
in
link
the
now?
center.
There we go. You lied to me.
Come on, come on, come on.
You said $50, so that's 59.
Well, get the one that's 50. There's different sizes.
That is the smallest size. No, I'm just overreacting.
How am I not
Cookies.
docked here?
Inflation.
Okay, why is a brand new one $59 but a slightly used one $84? That makes sense. Okay, I see why this thing's not pulling up on my computer. Okay, I see
My
the problem.
God, dock.
Okay, it's still not working. Hello? Doing me dirty here. Come on, don't embarrass me. Okay, I guess I'm doing it from my phone. Has anyone else's messenger been really funky today?
Yeah.
Oh, I lied. I actually didn't get your message until like 4 hours after you sent it.
Great. As long as you don't think I'm ignoring you. Oh, wait, you got Wordle pull up. Hold on, hold on. Did you already do it,
Try
Mark? Or
align.
not Mark, sorry, Connor. Heck,
Yes,
I know
I did.
yellow part, I swear. Oh, great.
Get my little marker here.
Got it. That was quick.
Trying to keep prograde aligned with the little green circles, or green lines here. I've got the orange circle dead center, or at least I had it dead center-ish. Oh, am I just not moving forward? Is that the issue? Looking clean. Do we have contact? We got contact. Go back. Go forward. There we go. Hot damn. First unification of the station is done. Fuck. God damn it. I did it backwards.
Great. Great connection there, Olivia. Checks out. You just put tone and dick together.
I was thinking names.
Sure. You need to see Jane or Cliff.
Pick flip my shit in orbit here real quick.
Yeah, I like that one. Go for it. Oh, went away. Hold on. Maybe not strings. Try.
There we are.
No, actually. Pick a random one, see if we're still one away. Still one away. Alright,
That's
maybe
fine.
let's try a different one.
Oh, shit. I need to transfer Bill. Probably down here. This one has a hatch. And then I can grab Bill. Go EVA. Gary. Woo! arm swings right out. Alright, that's the sketchiest space station work I've done. Bring Bill on down yonder. Get him on board.
Okay, maybe
Then these
help
solar
me out here.
panels.
This might be a stretch, but Dick and Jane is a Jim Carrey movie.
Absolutely saving like that. That's good stuff. Now that's what's left is to get some landing modules attached here. A couple tankers up here. Those are going to be easy. And then a bunch of probes. The probes, I'm probably going to do one manual as like a proof of, yeah, you can do it. And then mech jeb the rest. Though I don't know. I might try and jam multiple in one. That way, instead of doing 6 separate launches, I could conserve money on the launch vehicles and maybe only do 2 or 3. Well, we got 2 major pieces assembled. The 2 cores of the station are good to go. Let's go get another chunk.
What are other characters?
Of Dick and Jane, I cannot remember. Cliff is a name, so I don't know. That sounds like probably not though. I think they had a dog named Spot. I might be crazy. I'm not crazy. Oh no way. Okay, maybe not Cliff.
Not gonna lie, they were distracting the hell out of me. Let's try this again on the next piece. Oop, I crashed. That's karma for leaving the Discord. Did I crash? There it is. Hey, alright. Maybe what I bring next is some fuel. Maybe not, though. How hefty is my lander? Hyperion lander. 60,000 per. About 29,000 kilograms each. Wonder if there's an adapter. That's what I need, is a bi-stack adapter, but in the opposite direction. Something larger. Oh, that's close. Not quite where I need it. Dang. Not quite. Maybe trussing. I think I'm chasing a pipe dream here. Yeah, I sure am. Alright. These are probably going to be 2 separate launches then. So in that case, yeah, let's get a nice simple vehicle going for these. Don't save. I didn't change anything. Oh, actually, also, because I'm so over these little things. These are the Mark 1 RCS Quad. Ah, yep. I was doing the wrong one on the others, because these are the flat, and if I compare those to these angled ones, they stick out a lot more, especially on the side profile, which is not what I want. These are the right ones. Alright, cool. Let's try these in the Alphonsius again. I loaded the Alphonsius, I didn't merge. Whoops. Damn. Merge Alphonsius this time. Our mass is low enough. I'll do a stack separator. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to build into the gear actions to toggle these ladders as well. That way when I go to land, I also extend ladders. Easy peasy. Rightio. One last thing I'm going to want. A little radial decoupler. Probably even lower profile than that. Yeah, there we go. And then I need a probe core. Nothing snazzy. Damn, I can't mount this radially. Cooperate. I think that should do. We'll build this fairing out. That's the Hyperion lander there. Readjust these staging events. That's the bottom. That should be next after. Couldn't be like the radial look, but whatever. Could be before there. These should be at the way tip top. That looks closer to correct, and that'll be 65. Oh yeah, that's gonna be overkill for getting this thing up there still. I'm gonna swap out the fuel tank again, because this is still just so much lift that I just don't need all of that. That's right, this is 7.5. We'll plop her there. $5,400 is still such overkill, but it'll do. There we go. No SAS. That's not gonna fly. I need to not cheap as much on my probe core. Maybe I'll put it in the service bay. How's my service bay? It's full. Should be hefty batteries on board. There is also mech jeb, so maybe I'll fly a little with mech jeb on this one. I don't think I've really used mech jeb that much before, not recently at least. I remember them having a solid ascent guidance and maneuver node planner. Maybe I'll still plan the maneuver node and see if it'll execute for me if I'm feeling real lazy. This mech jeb. There's the ascent guidance. We'll engage. And send it. It doesn't even need the SAS at all. So far, this is pretty snazzy.
I've hidden a Bluetooth butt plug somewhere in your house.
Aww.
Yep.
Why?
Funny.
Whoop. I'm cheating. I'm gonna revert this flight. I didn't like cheating that.
You're not gonna find it, but one day you'll hear buzzing randomly and you'll know.
It's just the ghost having a good time.
It's just a great time.
The moaning of ghosts is actually just... I'm not gonna finish this thought, never mind.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will be right back. I just wanted to say that. Give me a second.
Glad you did. Thanks. The cursed info drop just disappear. Alfonso in the chat. Hey, this launch vehicle I'm launching this lander with is called the Alfonsius. Kind of sending it a little bit too hard. Sonic boom there. Wait, who the fuck are these Kerbals? I don't need more people. Who the fuck are... Who are you people? Whatever. Guess I'm bringing more peasants. Oh, I got on this, but like a decent amount. Still not gonna spend it. Alright. Gonna run this maneuver node for me as soon as it deems fit, which it is now. Oh yeah, and that's a perfectly circular orbit. Almost perfectly circular. Close enough. I believe it can also do transfers. So let's try and transfer to the Hyperion 1 core. The maneuver node planner? Planner. Alright. Intercept target. Target, maybe not the right one. Hell kind of maneuver is this? Separation is within my acceptable margin. (170 meters per second at delta V to get there. I'll take it. I'm gonna point towards the maneuver node. I'm gonna quick save and I'm gonna do this shit myself. I'm gonna close mech jeb here because we don't need this bum ass. And then warp to the next maneuver. Close. Close the alarm clock. Then we're gonna quick save again now that I'm actually at the correct time. I'm on the node. Till like 8-second mark. That way half is on this side, half on the other. And last couple nuggets here. Fine. Whatever. We'll bring her on in here. Set the frame of reference to the target, and then I'm going to burn retrograde now to circularize and match the orbit of the target. Gonna burn as soon as I'm actually there. She rotating. I got a lot of fuel to work with here, so I'm gonna do this intercept really stupidly. Point at the target somewhere out there. Yep. And give her the beans. I'm not gonna point retrograde so that when I come crashing towards the target, I'm not gonna blow up. Now it gives me a closest intercept of 500 meters, which is much better and easy to coast in on. Keep this point here. Ooh, little artifact there. Alright, it should be pretty close out there somewhere. Oh, there it is. Oh, space station. I'm gonna regret this, I just know, but I'm gonna decouple. Buddy, what the fuck? Give myself infinite propellant and see if I can stop this spin. Kraken attack bullshit is getting really annoying. Are you fucking kidding me? Girl. Come on. Glitchy ass game. That save reverted every bit of work that I did. job, Mark. This is killing me to such a high degree.
Hey, I had to reset my computer.
Feel you.
What'd you say?
I said I feel you.
Oh, I thought you said I'll kill you. I was like, damn.
Oh no. My shit is like breaking. Like I'm experiencing such an annoying glitch on One Piece, and I keep having to like cheat in order to fix it, and I hate having to open this cheat menu. I wish this shit just worked, but it's not my fault that it's breaking. Like it'll be in orbit and stable, and then it'll just start spazzing the fuck out. So unfortunately, we're cheating. Very unfortunately. And these loading screens just keep getting longer and longer on me too. Jeez, this. Hyperion 1 core. Let's merge the Hyperion 1 probe core. Bring the core here, merge. Fix that. Easy fix. Do an actual proper truss on this instead. Be a slightly smaller one. if having them on a more solid part of the truss will help, so that's why I adjusted just there. I think these... those are cooked anyway. In orbit. I had a Discord notification, but I don't know from where. Yeah, this shit's taking a sec to load. That is good enough. That's the extent I'm cheating this back into existence. I'm gonna set the angle on these out to 0. Whoa. That one's not moving at all. That at its angle. Lock this one, yes. Traverse rate to like nothing. Let this one come out. There we go. We're starting to get somewhere, I think. Man, they really bounce back. Current angle 0, locked you up. Current angle 0, locked. Alright, these are all locked now. That should actually fix my problem a decent bit. This one's not yet. Let's lock. That. Deploy solar. It's pretty. Maybe not the most functional design, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. Especially since these panels are now about to block the dock port for this thing, but whatever. I'm gonna quick save here. I'm actually gonna take an extra quick save. I'm gonna unlock these motors and bring them actually a little bit in. Them. Little extra space for dock. Speaking of, hop on over here. that this is my target properly. And get a nice, good, solid start here. I'm going to try and overshoot to the side. That way I'm not going to ram the thing if I accidentally fast forward too much, which is most likely to happen. I've done it a time or two. Here, I'm going to deploy. And come on, man. Be the perfect approach if I was going for one of those side docking ports. Unfortunately. Can I get it? There we go. This is the stupidest reason to undock and fix this, but Get to the sunny side and view my handiwork on that docking. It's not so bad. That's really not so bad. Bonk a little. I could have planned that better. I'll leave that at, what was it, 45? Perfect. Now to get another one of those up here and docked as well. Quick save this while I'm thinking about it. Then load these up with the probe cores. So much work left to do on this thing. Tell you what, Mark, this shit really makes me want to play Space Engineers.
Ooh, that sounds
But
fun.
also, I want to wait until the Space Engineers 2 is at a point where it's playable with everyone, I mean.
Yeah.
Lose some scientists? I feel like I've got some unaccounted for scientists somewhere. Hey, can you check the stream to see if there's audio? It's YouTube just gave me a pop-up saying the stream's audio current bit rate 0 is lower than the recommended. Imagine we wouldn't have gotten this far without audio, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's audio.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Let this shit run the ascent. Oh, man. At least the mission is back on track. Messaged me a bunch.
Not gonna lie, you gave me a Dragon Wilds itch last night.
I don't know, I gave myself a Dragon Wilds itch. That shit was really fun.
Yeah.
I could blow a lot of time on that. Still got. Okay, yeah, it's waiting for the next node. Finally able to check all my phone notifications that I've been missing for a while. My poor wife sent me like 5, 6 messages. I was really depressed. I went to go make this meat that we've tried to make before, the Serbian meat. And last time we made it, I set aside a bunch of it and put it in the freezer, like the raw meat. After I just, because it's a mixture of a bunch of different ground meats, but
Okay.
it did not live in the freezer well. I took it out to thaw. It gotten all sorts of nasty color. There was a hole in the bag, so that was not very convincing either. It was just all sorts of fucked, which was very depressing.
God damn.
You hate to see it.
Go fill up my water. Be right back.
All right. Quick save the hell out of this before I get another approach on this space station so it doesn't fuck up again. For it. I already clicked, I'm holding this down. Alright, close enough. See a slight twitching over there. I don't like that. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Nah, fuck this. I'm calling it here. Rage quitting Kerbal Space Program, which has never happened. Some point, I'll figure this stupid shit out, but for now, I'm calling it quits. I'll probably stream again for the next time that I actually decide to give this an attempt. But if this shit isn't working, it's just not working. See if it's already freaking the fuck out in this one. Why? Why do you jiggle? Good night. Thanks everyone for watching.